He killed a man and ran for his life. Then God spoke to him from a burning bush. He argued with God and still became the man who split the sea, walked with God face to face, and led 2 million people out of slavery. This is the complete story of Moses, from a basket on the Nile to the mountain where God buried him with his own hands. Moses was born to Hebrew slaves in Egypt, at a time when Pharaoh had ordered every Hebrew baby boy killed. His mother hid him for 3 months, then placed him in a basket on the Nile. Pharaoh's own daughter found him and raised him as her own. At 40 years old, Moses killed an Egyptian who was beating a Hebrew slave. He fled into the desert of Midian, married Zipporah, and became a shepherd for 40 years. From a palace to nothing. At 80 years old, Moses killed an Egyptian who was beating a Hebrew slave. He fled into the desert of Midian, married Zipporah, and became a shepherd for 40 years. From a palace to nothing. At 80 years old, Moses saw a bush on fire, but it did not burn up. God spoke from the flames and called him to set his people free. I am who I am. Moses stood before Pharaoh. Let my people go. 10 plagues struck Egypt. The Red Sea split in 2. Israel walked through on dry ground. And the sea swallowed Pharaoh's army. 40 years in the wilderness. The 10 Commandments at Sinai. The tabernacle built. A golden calf a rock struck in anger. A generation lost to unbelief. At 120 years old, Moses climbed Mount Nebo alone. God showed him the promised land, but he would never enter it. He died there, and God himself buried him. No one knows where his grave lies. He never entered the land he led his people to. But he saw the face of God.